Tito, I think you're muted, my brother.
Oh, that would be me muted. So that I've been doing a whole lot of talking. So Cisco, you didn't know that you were the host set to let me in, to let people in. Good evening. Good afternoon. It's Dan Allen. Now unmuted.
Glad to have you back, sir.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. Listen, you gotta let me know I got a boogie in my nose. I appreciate it.
I thought we were just meditating for a minute.
So let me start over. It's 11 o'clock. We're having our live Q&A. We do it every Saturday. Saturday morning, 11 o'clock Eastern. My name is Dan Allen. My partner is Mr. Tito Avila. He'll be coming on in a minute. This is the trade report or the actual trade history from MT4 Mobile of my young partner, Namsu Adu. He is in Nigeria, Kaduna, Nigeria, actually. And he's still in his demo account, and we're at the part where we're doing back testing from his results so we can learn from the back test. Is going to be one of your best friends, so you can kind of see what you were thinking when you were thinking it. You can see that he took a 0.10 lot size consistently, which helps me help him so I can see exactly how many pips or money it would be right over. So we know this is 19 pips to the plus, 16 to the minus, and 13 to the minus. So I'll put these trades on trading view so we can, again, back test them now. We'll look at them together. I'm taping this. Now they have a crazy, I remember back in like 1994, 95, we had, our internet was counting each piece of data we used. And now all throughout the United States, if you got any half a good plan, we have unlimited data. And in Nigeria, they're not like that. So I'm gonna send this over to Namsu later. But so either way, he may come on, he may not, but I know he got to pay for everything he do on internet. And I just think there is a crime, but that's a different conversation. So you can see so this is Nigerian time. Okay, so it's 6 hours ahead of the East Coast. So you can see this 10:04 on both of those. And you can see these two exits are the same. So you can see this is the exit time, not the entry time. I asked him when was the entry. He said this one was 3 o'clock my time, 4 o'clock my time, and this was 5 o'clock my time. I don't know if that's 100% accurate because I can't verify it with the actual data, but I know he was trading coming into the London, and the price we have is 1,000%. Cisco, can you let people in for me? You're the co-host. You see him trying to come in too. Thank you. So we're gonna look at these trades and see what he was thinking, and then what we see, and then we can get questions off his stuff, and then if you have any questions in the meantime, throw your questions in as well. You don't have to be subject to just this, but I'm gonna walk through it real fast for myself. And from a 20 pip and dip perspective, he could maybe take another trade because he was going, but he doesn't have to do any more than learn how not to take these two. He's already ready for a very decent business career because this one is right at 20 pips. So it's just either more offense, which is more winning trades, or better defense, which is less losing trades. He's still rocking and rolling. So he's very close if you can kind of think about it from that perspective. Because if he gets rid of one of these, he has a winning trade day, right? And if he takes on more, once he realized it was price was going to the sell, not to the buy, he could have made up for the losses. So with that being said, I've been talking just so my note takers and my detailed people can have this. I'll pull it back up if you need me to while we're talking, but this would be trade number 1. This would be trade number 2. This would be trade number 3. Buy means he wanted the price to go up from the entry line. Sell means he wanted the price to go down from the entry line. So let's take our walk. So these two blue lines represent trade 1 and 2. And this kind of creamy line, which I probably should change it to something else because it looks like the 50. So let's turn that to, let's say purple. Why not, right? So the winning trade is purple. This green line, which is the exit for profit, that's the win for trade number 3, this red line, because he wanted price to go up, is the loss for trade number 1 and 2. So if you kind of look before we even get started, price was looking like it was going to a downtrend from at least my observation. There's no top-down analysis done for this trade. Cisco, this is where I told you, me and funny enough, this is where Ronell and I were talking about this same pair earlier when I was at the airport. This is the trade. This little clock is an alert, and so Ronell saw a head and shoulders pattern. It's funny. We'll get to you in a second, Namsu. Now, Ronell called me from the airport and said he saw a head and shoulder pattern over here. I was teaching them how to put an alert on right here, and I told him if you look on a line chart, this is a shoulder, this is a head, and then this is really another shoulder. Then had like another little shoulder, which is kind of wacky. So this is the neckline, and I told Ronell when the price breaks below the neckline, it's going to go down. So we can kind of see. Let me get longer now. Let's see where we was at. Now, just Cisco, so you know we're not goofing off. The neckline is this dip right here, and then this dip right here. So all this time right now, because I know he's on the call, he watched the recording, one of the two. All this time here, you'll be waiting to get into a sell, right? So that's what this was like in the afternoon. So by the time Namsu comes into the market, he's on the sell side of that conversation that me and Ronell had earlier. But of course, Namsu didn't see this. So Namsu, for whatever his thoughts were, he thought this was about to go up. So it didn't, right? So he got in here, which is right about 3 o'clock. That's why I got this ray starting here. And so he took an up trade here, and price went against him. So that didn't take long. And then he got in another trade here for it to go up, which it is going up here. So he must have thought it was going to keep going. It actually broke the 50. So this line here, y'all, is the 50 EMA. And if you listen to Coach Max the way I do, you don't take a buy trade, meaning you want the market to go up if price is below the EMA. And you don't take a sell trade, which means you want price to go down, while price is above the EMA. So he's above the EMA on at least this trade, this number 2 trade, if the entry times are right. But it doesn't look good for him. We'll put the candlesticks back on. So, my friend Namsu, what I liked about what you did is you made the decision to get out the trade, or if this was your stop loss because it's right here, that's decent too. And what I also like about the trade is once you saw that you were wrong, you didn't get emotional inside your wrongness. You took a down trade, which was here somewhere at this price, and then you kind of went from here. Back to what I was saying when we looked at the numbers, you still had all this down energy you could have kept eating on. But if your trading day was over, your trading day was over. So all in all, good stuff. I don't see where exactly why you took the buys. I see this push right here. But if you look at the overall, what was happening that morning, price was kind of turning. And moreover, if we put the 20 pip and dip indicator on this, let's see what it looked like. Looks a little cluttered right now. So I shall also, I can't really too late to do that. So it look a little wacky on the small monitor for me. I don't want to overdo this. I want to tap out on this. It looks small. Tito, how does this 20 pivot dip indicator look to you right now on this monitor? Is it tight to you too, or can you see it clear?
I could see it. Yeah. I was just as you switched it on there, I was kind of looking for clear indicators to come in for a buy, right? Because you were talking about a buy.
Because those, yeah, these two are buys up here, these two blue lines.
Right. Right there at the where you see the pivot that says 1.21444,
Right here.
that higher high.
Yeah.
I could kind of see how that would potentially look like a fake out, just closing over the 50 like that.
Right.
But then again, if we're doing this top down and we look at that spot on the 1 hour, I would be curious to start there really.
Right. Well, I would. Then my first thing for Namsu is that he should have a top down analysis to go with this, right? So that way he would have had a better idea of what had been going on. I just jumped in from where the parts are.
Yeah, because I'm seeing a downtrend there, right?
I see a downtrend all day long. Absolutely.
Yeah. So
absolutely.
I mean, I would honestly right up from that. If you go up there on the left to where that you can see there's that higher high there, right? The 2162. Yeah, I would starting from that point right there. I would potentially be waiting for it to break under the 50 for a sell opportunity personally.
Right, so now that's where you see this, say a higher high, but it's lower than this one. And then, so these two are confusing because there's a lower high than a higher high, but this higher high isn't higher than this. So like you say, you wait and then you see another lower high, and then now it's going down. You got a clear downtrend from there. And if you look back a little bit, which maybe he was listening to because what I told him to do is to, since his time of day is to get on at 2 a.m. with the live trade session coach and get a sense of what the coach sees as the bias for the euro that day. So, but as I said, my friend Ronell called me while I was at the airport and was calling out for a head and shoulders back here. But again, it matters how much of the chart you're looking at. But Namsu, if you look here though, you can see a lower high, which is the ladder of the red dots going down, and you can see lower lows. So like you're at a clear sell situation. And again, I don't think this was a trade alert. I know Namsu like to go in the market and fish, but this is what he did. This was and I told him that as he sends me his actual trades, he and I'll be able to talk about them. So since he sent this one over last night or the day before, we're just doing it together as a community. But what was smart again is he saw these buys turn into sells, and he said, I'm not just gonna lose for the day. He went on and was able to switch his thought process to take a sell. I remember my early trading, once my buyers came in for that trading day, I had a hard time switching my buyers mid-trade day. So I'd have kept looking for buys to make myself right versus saying I'm going against the current, let me switch my surfing. So that his ability to do this is noticeable for me. Anybody got questions about this, Tito, please, if you got any more commentary for it, please do, or we can go to something else. I just wanted to make sure we documented it because he sent it over.
Yeah, no doubt. No, we have props to anybody that would approach EU for an entry opportunity as of recent, just with the way these markets have been moving, with the way that the dollar has been on its own little roller coaster lately, and even the euro itself, and how the euro was affected by Brexit, and the way that the whole Brexit game over in the UK affected both the pound and the euro. The market has been a little wild over the last month or two. So yeah, definitely don't feel bad at all if you try to enter euro US dollar for a trade right now. It doesn't go exactly how you think it's going to go. It's been relatively unpredictable. So just keep that in mind. There's a lot happening in the world right now that is definitely making these markets go to certain extremes in terms of unpredictability. So just wanted to mention that.
Awesome. Well, right before I pass it to whoever have a question, you see right here, this take profit he took was in alignment with this support. I like this a lot too. He was going to a sell, and he got out as the market went to go bounce. And although there's more trades here, this is a beautiful exit. Like if you're going to get out of a sell trade, when it's bouncing off support is a great time because you never know what could be next. And I could tell he
Yeah.
was already not having fun from losing the first two trades.
Yeah,
So
that's solid.
yeah, that's super solid. And then I'm guessing he didn't have the 20 pivot dip indicator on to even know that he was coming to this support. But just looking at the numbers and then and partners, I took his numbers right off of here. I didn't put any speculation to it at all. I actually typed it in exactly as these are. Trade one with the exit in the market. Trade two, exit in the market. Trade three, exit in the market. So anyway, now I'm sure I hope this helps, my friend, when you're watching the replay. Appreciate you willing to grow with the by helping the team grow with you. Anybody have any questions about this or anything else? The call isn't about NAMSU today. This is just a person that asked a question like we told him we would do ahead of the time and gave us time to kind of prepare ourselves. And hold up, sorry. With that, please take the call, sir. I mean, the call's all yours, Mr. Vila.
Roger that. Yeah, let me.
Take the screen back to you. Let me get off the screen. Bada bing. Here you go. Oh, Namsu right here. Hold up. Namsu, what's going on, my friend? There you go. You're on mute. You're on mute. You're on mute. Namsu,
Yeah, so,
I want to let you meet my other trading partner, Mr. Tito Avila. He'll help you with the rest of it. I already gave my little commentary. So Namsu, Adu, Tito Avila.
okay. What do you mean, sir?
You're on mute, Tito.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, I was just sharing my screen here. How you doing, Namsu? Yeah, I was just mentioning here, and it's in the recording, but I was just mentioning, yeah, the markets have been a little crazy lately with the way the dollar and the euro have been moving. So definitely don't feel bad about any entry that doesn't go the way that you think it's going to go. Do you have any other questions aside from what you asked in the GEP chat?
Yeah, honestly, I've come and I really got a lot, from the review, and I think I've learned what really went wrong and issue with the exit. I've understood, I got it a lot. And one of my mistakes, I think I wasn't using the 50 EMA and the 20 pip and dip indicator was not on when I took those trades as well. Though I was observing an analysis I've learned from Alice using the PATI trading session indicator, and that's what I use, to take those trades. And I think, from your comments, your analysis, I think I'm more confident now and know what I should do when next I going into a trade. So I just want to appreciate your contributions. It's absolutely great. Thank you.
What was the name of the indicator that you just mentioned that you said you used?
PATI trading session.
Okay, interesting.
ATI trading session, yeah.
Got it. Okay. And that's just one that you came across on TradingView.
Yeah, not only I was only using it because Coach Alice Amor recommended in one of our live sessions.
Got it.
She taught really how to use it, and I just picked to try it
Very
out.
cool.
Yeah,
Very nice. Awesome.
yeah, thank you.
Yeah, 20 pips and dips is highly helpful. It's doing a lot of the work for you in terms of drawing those supports and resistance zones, right? So the top-down analysis between just keeping it simple, the top-down analysis, starting on the daily, looking at those candlesticks, taking the knowledge that you're getting from the Candlestick Trading Bible, looking at the trend lines, right? Coming down to the 4 hour, doing the same thing, Sometimes it's amazing how even just glancing at the market from the top down, from the daily to the 4 to the 1 hour, what that can do for you, right? And it can get pretty busy with the 20 pips and dip, but just even looking at what the market is doing with minimal knowledge of continuation patterns on price and reversal patterns on price, and candlesticks, just those three things alone can be very powerful on the top down, and they can ultimately affect your decision when you come down to, let's say the 15 and the 5 minute. You may be surprised at how just going through that one simple exercise can completely change your outlook on where you're seeing price go, basically. So we can never reinforce that too much as far as the top-down analysis goes. I lost count of how many times I made a decision on a trade early on that would have been totally different had I done a top-down analysis. So I definitely swear by it.
Yeah.
Anybody else that would like to dig into a question or any specifics with regard to maybe a trade that you took or something like that, please feel free to unmute yourself or drop it in the chat.
Tito, you have Mr. Reinald on the line too, the gentleman that called out the head and shoulders pattern on that same chart earlier that day. I see him on the call as well.
Nice.
Reinald, you want a piece of this today, brother? You called out it was going to the sell. It waited a couple hours before it proved you right, but you were spot on.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Yeah, when I looked at it, and I would just, like you said, I was going through a whole bunch of different pairs, and I was glancing in, and I saw that. Then I started doing the top down, and that's when I called Dan. But the thing about it is, it was already on going down as far as you looked at the touches, as far as even the head and shoulders, the touches, everything like you're saying, Dan, and it was going on the downtrend. And then when it really popped right there at the third touch, which is your head and shoulders, and it just kept moving down. So I, just learning to look at the different things that I've learned to look at different things that are relevant. You got your W's, your M's, your head and shoulders, your reverse head and shoulders, your pennants, your flags. It's a lot of stuff that you will see just looking before you even start drawing it up. But it took me a while to get to that point.
Brought out a whole bunch of stuffy stuff that if I wasn't a trader, it'd sound super. What's a pennant to the dennant? So, but absolutely. So, it was fun having that time with you, and hopefully you saw the kind of the power of putting that alert onto your trend line, so that the trading view can help you out along the way to let you know when price is starting to do what you wanted to do, and sit on your hands in the meanwhile.
Yeah, that's kind of something that I have to put my handcuffs on my hands, because you got to let it, you got to let the market do what it's going to do. And I learned this, if you see something and you set your parameters like your SL and your TPs, let it roll. If you did your homework, let it go. Okay? Don't try to guess the market, because you will fail every time.
My man. Well, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. You kind of want to give some other people a chance to come be a part of this party. Anybody else got anything they want to add? Any questions? Ms. Veronica Sanchez, you got a second? That's how, Tito, that's how you know when somebody just get on a call and then go cook breakfast.
I'm here. No, I'm here. I just couldn't unmute it because I'm here, guys.
So I know you and I have been doing some trading talk as well. How is this stuff looking to you? Because I know you've been jumping in the market, and then we've been doing our own similar to this, just me, you, and I. So how is this looking to you?
You know what? It's coming together. All the little pieces are falling into its place. So I think I've been doing really good. I took a couple of trades myself, and I have succeeded not taking the signals and taking my own signals. So I think I've been doing pretty good. And it hasn't been that bad.
You still been messing with that US 30, or you went to some of the more common?
No, I left that alone for a little bit. No. I had my nice little share with US 30 and I had to pull apart.
Okay, awesome. So all the stuff we shared today is at least all the words before right now went and did and showed his vocabulary for trading, not counting that part. But the stuff that we were talking about just with the chart, has it been clear for you based off of you've been in this demo trading for a little while and live trading?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
It's a world of a difference. I think you make it seem like it's so easy in demo because it's play money, you're trying it out. But once you get into live, it's a whole different ball game.
Start sweating.
Yes. So I think what you explained today was awesome. I got to understand a lot of why he actually jumped out and stuff, because I would have done the same thing. The trend was definitely going down.
So let me ask you, how long have you been trading? Were you trading before Epic? And when you first started getting on these type of calls, was all of it mumbo jumbo for you? Like, take me through who Veronica has been and where she is right now. I think that'll help for the call.
Well, I come from a zero background. I never even knew what the heck was Forex. So I had to literally learn the basic of the basic. Everything was in Chinese for me in the beginning. But as I took my classes and I went down my syllabus, it just opened a whole new world for me. So now I feel like I started trading as of October 1st, which I was told not to, but we're stubborn sometimes. And I had my little counters with US 30, but I feel like it made me grow. It made me learn my lesson. And I think I've been doing so much better. I continue to take those classes, the live sessions in the afternoons. I'm a fan of Jeffrey Rojas with the Bitcoin and crypto stuff that I never even knew before. So I've learned so much. It's just, in these last 3 months have been just so amazing to me. It's been a journey, all right. And I can't wait for everything else that's coming up with it.
Awesome. Thank you, partner. I appreciate you jumping on.
No problem.
Yeah, I pick on people a little bit sometimes when I know you.
I like it.
Tito, the call is yours, sir. I'm sorry I had all my fun for the day.
Not a problem. Not a problem. Yeah, Veronica, it was great to connect with you and the whole team while we were out there in Vegas this past week for that company event. So I just wanted to mention that. Very good times. All right, so who else has a trading question? Please feel free to unmute yourself or drop it in the chat.
Hey, good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, indeed. Good morning.
I have a question. So it's a little off of what you guys are talking about, but when I'm about to trade, I go into the Forex Factory and I look at the news. So when you see the red folder, what I've been doing is just get away from the markets the whole day. But is there a way to, I guess, follow up on the news or get the update to see if maybe later on the day I can go into the market, or should I just stay away for the whole day?
Let me go first, When I see a red flag, I stay away from that particular currency for that 30 minutes of time. So if the thing is the dollar and it's 8 a.m., I'm still at the market at 8 a.m. because I want to see what it do. It's like a TV show to me. So I watch the spike that's going to happen either which way, but after about a half an hour or so, it normally evens back out unless it's Brexit, right? Or it's a non-farm payroll, you need a little bit more time. So the red flag doesn't mean go home for the day. If it says that the US is having a banking holiday, then I'm now being a little more cautious because the people that's normally helping make the market move aren't there. And so it could be some heavier, unseen wackiness, but it's not don't play. It's just be mindful. So the red flag is just, in my opinion, don't be in the market 15 minutes before or half an hour after, and then go back to business as usual.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would add to that and say, you know, for days like non-farm payroll, you know, days in that week, a lot of times you'll see there are multiple red folders in sequence throughout the day. If you're seeing one red folder or one orange folder and you just want to, you know, get out of the way, as Murphy's Law says, incoming fire has the right of way, just get out of the way. Don't, you know, don't expose yourself to the market in those moments. Let it pass, let 30 minutes or an hour pass after that folder, and then you can come in. Generally, that's like, let's say, like a rule of thumb. But there are exceptions in, like what I mentioned just now, which, you know, if you're seeing them in sequence within a certain session, let's say the New York morning session, you know, maybe for that particular pair that you're looking at that has those red folders, maybe it's not the ideal time to be trading. Just on a case-by-case basis, that's something to consider. And beyond that, generally red folders are going to be a fixed, simple set of data that is going to affect price on that particular currency pair at that moment. But you'll have cases where there is not fixed data, right? To where you're not waiting for a number to see what the market is going to do with that news. There are cases where you'll see a red folder or an orange folder that is just literally a speech, right? And that speech may just be a politician in one of the major countries just talking for sometimes hours. Okay, so that's just something to look out for as well. You know, just because it's a red folder doesn't mean it's just gonna come and go necessarily. You want to do your research. You want to make sure that you understand what that folder is representing, what the news is behind it, before you just, you know, come into the market right after that hour passes or whatever. So just something to keep in mind.
Okay, so I'm sorry to add to that. So I do look into it, and I've seen where it's like a speech.
Mm-hmm.
From what I've heard from some of the educators, sometimes the speech, depending on what they're talking about, like interest rates and stuff, can affect the pair. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
100%.
For a short period of time. And some people I know in the industry, they trade that news. So they'll be tuned in, and if the person is, and they call it hawkish and dovish, you can look it up. And so they'll start hearing what the person's saying, and as it's coming out, they know that if the language is this way, then these people are going to feel this, and then so there's a lot of ways to play with it if you want to become a more fundamental trader. So, but absolutely.
So that, I'm sorry, I know I'm kind of extending this question, but that,
oh, you're good.
That's the perfect thing that, like you just said, some people. So where do I go? Because I do have that written down where, like, if they say hawkish, most likely it's going to start going bullish or whatever. So where do I go? Is it on Forex Factory to see like the outcome of the speech or whatever the case may be?
I'm not the best to answer that because I never cared to be a fundamental trader. So you know how, yeah, I'm not the best to answer.
Yeah, well, I mean, so I don't necessarily trade the news and speeches like that personally, but my understanding is if you know there's a speech happening, it's as simple as you're going to want to hear what they're saying, right? So 99% of the time you see a speech is happening, you're going to be able to find it live, like on YouTube, for example. And this is what the fundamental traders that are trading this kind of news are doing. They're just tuning in wherever they can tune in, listen, and trade accordingly. Some of these speeches, they can go on for a while, or it's multiple speakers, for example. So, I would say keep it simple, right? And when you see that there is a speech, if you're wanting to trade it or just listen to it, just tune into it directly, see what's going on. That's the key.
Awesome. Thank you.
Definitely. You were the chef, right, Jess?
No, sir.
Oh, okay. Okay. I confused you with somebody from the last one that said there was a chef.
When we were at the house, Tito, and we were
Yeah.
all joking,
Yeah.
Jess was to my left by the door.
I got you.
By
Okay.
the door. Yeah.
Cool. Got
Mrs.
it.
Arzu.
Got it.
Anybody else? We got a little bit of time. It looked like a head and shoulders coming up, even a small double top on that BTC USD you got up there, sir.
Yeah, I think we're seeing some little consolidation going on here, man. I think that may be a setup.
I don't know. It looked like a double top, really getting to a head and shoulders. It could be ugly. If I was talking to Ron, I'd draw a neckline right there and tell him to put an alert on it.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, the fundamentals on BTC are there's some pretty strong supports. There's some pretty strong supports considering everything that's happening right now in the world economy, and then seeing the amount of adoption from major institutions of this currency, of crypto in general.
Somebody didn't tell the chart that.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen.
I'm draw a neckline. Go back to the daily for me real fast.
Mm-hmm.
Can you draw me a trend line right there? That one to the next one, them two bottom peaks. Can you draw me a trend line from them two? That right there. Good look. It better hold up. It better bounce off the next time it go to that purple, because if it go under, it might be in for a low ride.
Yeah, I mean, this looks to me like we're going to be seeing like a little, a little bit of this action.
I see it right. You started what looked like after the left shoulder to me. So I see a left shoulder before right there. That's a left shoulder.
Yep.
And then that comes to be the head. And then it just, I'm looking what the chart saying.
I got you. Yeah, no, I see it. I think a lot of times what's interesting about reversal patterns like the head and shoulders, just from what I've seen, is after they complete their reversal pattern,
right?
A lot of times they'll just shoot right back up.
Absolutely, no, absolutely, 1000%. Yeah, absolutely, that's what I'm saying. It's look like it's about to take a down ride on a spot and then run back up. But that down ride, if you're Deion Ramos, it doesn't matter. He's going to hold it to whatever. He can do whatever. He can do whatever he wanted. Didn't go back down to 2,000. He's going to say, "Nice, good. Let's buy some more." So,
right.
But for Dan Allen, I need to know how them rides going.
Totally. Yeah. No. Totally. Yeah. I mean, we could definitely see a drop. I mean, crypto, Bitcoin is notorious for major bearish drops, big price drops in this season. So this, there's some uncharacteristic things happening just because of the uniqueness, in my opinion, of what the world is doing right now.
Right.
But in general, what we've seen over the past years, if you go back in time and you look at, January, February, these tend to be price drop times. So, something to take with a grain of salt, when you see any patterns like these, any setups like these.
Anybody else? We got about 10 minutes, then we're going to be wrapping up, unless nobody's actually any questions, and then we're going to say sayonara.
Just started snowing out here, heavy.
Oh, wow.
It's beautiful.
Congratulations. I don't want no parts of it.
I know. I saw Deion's face after he got back to Michigan. That was pretty funny.
Mm-hmm.
Since nobody
Not
has a
pretty.
question, can I ask another question, please?
Come on, let's just party.
Of course.
So I have been consistently trading on a daily basis, like 15 to 20 pips in profit. There are times where I guess I'm a little too conservative, where I think I see it going a certain way where I can get a whole lot more. So I take it on the demo instead of the live, and it actually goes that way. So it's been twice where I get in profit about 70 pips. Do you have, I don't know, some kind of advice or something maybe to make me a little more confident? Or
Just keep doing it until your muscle memory till it's foolish. All you're doing is gaining your muscle memory and your experience, and you want to just keep doing that. You want to keep looking and being right, and keep looking and being right, and double checking yourself, because the wealth isn't going anywhere. And by the time you have it to you get on the other side of where you are right now, those 70 pips will be in your bank for me. So I err on the side of caution because I have a very aggressive nature. So if you are the thing is, if you're consistently in profit 15 pips, right? And we're always missing the 70, but we keep getting the 15 and we always missing the 70. We just gonna bet heavy on the 15. We can bet $50 a pip and times that by your 15 pips. And that's still a nice check while we still missing the 70. And then one day, whenever you pick it, it's going to be 20 or it's going to be 17 pips. So don't rush that feeling. Trust yourself and go live 10 cents per pip with your 15. Matter of fact, hit me up after this and I got something for that because I appreciate your consistency. And we'll go 10 cents per pip on the 15 pips. And then we'll start doing that same thing you're doing with the 15 in live money while we're doing the 70 in demo. And let's look where we at next year.
Yeah.
okay,
Just don't rush.
maybe that's what it is. I'm a little aggressive, so I've been trading at $1.
Oh man.
So I think because it's
right.
$1, I did it live one time at $1 and I did make the 70 pips.
Okay.
But I guess because it's $1, I also always go to the demo and do it that way.
Okay.
Like I'm not 100% confident yet.
Right. Well, let's take the $1 to $2 for the 15 pips and keep playing where you want to. Now I got a question for you, Miss 15 pips every day. we can start betting some money together. Jess, what did you know about Forex before I brought Epic to you? And then how is this education process, not just what Tito and I do, but this the learning process? Some people, because this is being recorded, they are where you may have been, because I don't want to guess. And the beautiful, when I tell my story and I say I was already trading, or Rambus tells his story, he says he was already doing crypto and he already knew about alerts. And Tito tells his story that he's been trading for 5 years. We don't match the person that's coming here new. So they can't say me too, right? Who were you 6 months ago as it comes to trading, and what has been your process?
I didn't know absolutely anything. I've just been daily. Every time I have downtime, I go into the university and I just go over. I gravitate more to Coach Max. So I've gone through the whole entire beginner and intermediate section. But now that I'm done that, I go into anything that Coach Max has done.
Mm-hmm.
There is a live session she did. I watched it about 10 times. That boosted my confidence. And I've been trading live since January 3rd.
Awesome.
Wow.
I like it.
Yeah.
Tito, go ahead, jump into that. I know you got some thoughts in there.
No, I was just gonna say that.
Ask her Namsu, because Namsu about to ask her. Matter of fact, hold on, Tito. Let me have some space here. Yeah. Namsu, jump in there. She said January the 3rd, she's been just following Coach Max, and she 15 pips every day, skipping, letting the 70 go by. Namsu.
That's really awesome, sir. Awesome, sir. I am, more encouraged, to do more. I wish, someday I'll be at that stage, that I'll be making consistent 15 pips, just like she's doing right now. And I believe that sometime very soon, I'll start hitting that level.
I believe so
It's
too,
so
my friend.
encouraging.
I believe so too. But the thing that I think I
Yeah.
wanted to highlight, once I heard her story, is she found something, she just did that. So I like, and that's what me and you talk about a lot. Just do the simple stuff. Let's get to the pips. So anyway,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's just little big brother, little brother talk. Tito, go. What's in your head with that?
I was just gonna say, that no time in demo mode is wasted. And one of the quotes that I live by is, if I had 8 hours to chop down a tree, I would spend 6 hours sharpening my axe. You're gonna hear me say that a lot, and that's what demo mode is you just keep sharpening your axe. You keep, seeing what you are capable of when you take out the emotional filter, and that's key. That's crucial. So don't feel like because you succeeded on demo and not on live that something is wrong. No, there is a benefit there. And ultimately, I would say that whatever it is that you can iron out in demo mode, take advantage of that. And the other thing is, if you're getting used to trading at a dollar a pip, just keep in mind that at the end of the day, lot size is not as important as your trading rules. So as long as you're using the same rules in demo as you're using live, you're gonna eventually get rid of that emotional factor, because one of my mentors always said, if you win by breaking your rules, you actually lost. And if you lose by following your rules, you actually won. And that's it. That's the key to eliminating the emotion. So that's really the bridge between demo and live, is the emotional aspect of it. In my opinion, is just focus on establishing your rules on demo mode. And none of it is time wasted. So definitely don't feel that way. Carlton has his hand up, so I want to get to that before we wrap up.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Carlton?
Hey, what's up, man? Tito, that was just on point. The last message that you just said about the demo, and man, I tell you, I wish I'd have learned that lesson, on day one, over 60, about 60 days ago, 60 days ago as of tomorrow, in regards to when I actually started going live. Um, I wish I'd have had that concept of what you just talked about 60 days ago, because when I came on board, I was like, man, I ain't dealing with no demo. I need some money. Jumping right into live. And yeah, and I paid dearly for it. I mean, I had some great wins, and I had some even more devastating losses. And so, you know, but I decided, it was somebody in my group chat um, that mentioned about taking a break and going on your demo for like a week or so, especially if the markets haven't been going in the direction that you are projecting for them to go. And so I finally adhered to that, and I said, you know what, let me do that, especially since I realized that a lot of times when I'm training or trying to help somebody out, setting up their account, or they want to watch me trade or what have you. If I'm on my live account, sometimes I'll make some mistakes. But on a demo account, now for me, on a demo account, I'm a lot more cautious. I don't know why. It ain't my freaking money. I can just go crazy. But for whatever reason, I'm a lot more cautious. I'm a lot more, laser focused in regards to looking for the perfect setup before I even, go in on a trade. I'm allowing the trades to come to me instead of chasing it. And so, over the past few days, I said, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna literally focus on the demo. And just like you said, with that structure, keeping the same type of structure. And at the end of the day, end of the week, I ended up with 63 pips in the positive, 12 trades, because I only did it for the last couple of days. 12 trades, 9 wins, and 3 losses. And I'm going to continue that because I think something else that Dan just mentioned about muscle memory. You know, it's like, you know, you start to remember those setups and be consistent with it. And so, yeah, I'm just really appreciating my demo account now more than ever. Whereas I didn't appreciate it before, you know. So I know that in about a week, when I jump back over to my live, I'll be more consistent, you know, instead of having those high highs and low lows. And so I just appreciate both of you guys, man. You guys, y'all make a world of a difference. And I try to make sure I don't miss Saturday morning at 11. Even if I don't comment, I'm just listening in and getting all the different nuggets.
I received that. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Veronica, jump in, partner.
Okay, so this is my little tip. Since we're reinforcing about the demo and using some type of extra help for us, I want to let you guys know that JCP is out there, that application, and it just makes a world of a difference to me just to have it in my cell phone and look up on the setups and look what they mean. It just helps me a lot, and I just want to let everybody know, whoever doesn't have this app, to download it because it is awesome. You guys learn so much just doing the simulations on your cell phone as well. So I just wanted to bring that up, JCP app.
Awesome.
All right. Thank you very much. And I think on that note, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. We're going to pass it over to Mr. Rambis. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, sir.
He's here.
Mr. Rambo.
Yes, sir. Well, listen, I have to mirror Carlton's remarks that I appreciate you both so much for what you do here every single Saturday. And the theme I'm getting, I hear the different comments and people's interjection, is that you're going to love your journey when you get on it, right? You just have to be in the game. I think the people who are embracing the platform, the education side, not only are they getting results, but they're enjoying it, the process. You can hear it over and over. Even Carlton said and it's not good to have mistakes and to have losses. It doesn't feel good, I'll say that. But it is good because it's part of your journey, and all it does is it strengthens your resolve. So just know that this is a marathon, not a sprint. We're all on a financial freedom march, and there is no, real time or destination date, right? It's really just you and your journey. So I appreciate you guys for helping everybody through their individual journeys every single Saturday. At 12 o'clock in the next 4 minutes, if you're on the residual income side, right? Those of you who want to build a passive income, residual based business and team building at 12, 5, and 9 o'clock today and tomorrow, 12 o'clock Eastern, 5 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Eastern, we host an opportunity blitz. If you haven't been on it, we've been killing it the last couple of days. We have several hundred people, right? We had over 100 people on our launch calls, the 9 p.m. calls with Mr. Jonathan Green last night and Mark Sterling, our VP of sales, on Thursday. We're in the middle of our 40 days, 40 nights blitz. It just started, and we're going to continue that to help you guys grow your business. So 12, 5, and 9, the meeting ID is 777-434-6287. Again, get that out to your contacts and your prospects at 12 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 9 o'clock Eastern today and tomorrow. Meeting ID 777-434-6287. And of course, at 1 p.m. today, you're going to actually hear from our president. All right, Mr. President, Mr. Spencer Iverson. Some of you who made it out to Vegas were blessed enough to spend some intimate time with him in his suite, as well as Mr. Mark Sterling the next day. You guys got to see the pulse of this company, the heartbeat of our company by spending time with our executive. And everyone who wasn't able to make it, you get that time today at 1 o'clock Eastern. And really it's about, being a champion, right? Do you have championship DNA? And that's why I wanted to say that earlier, is that to become a champion is not just about, playing one game and you go to the championship. No, it takes years and years of practice in your backyard on the field of, the field of whatever choice, you're engaged in, and the field of practice, right? Over and over and over. And that's what we're doing. The repetition is the mother of learning. So just stay in the game, embrace your journey, and know that you have an army of people behind you, so you never have to worry about losing a fight. All right, so we'll see you on at 1 p.m. with Mr. Spencer Iverson. That's at opportunity.epictrading.com. That is the corporate Zoom at 1 p.m. Eastern with Mr. Spencer Iverson. Appreciate you all. Have a phenomenal day. And close out your week. If you're looking for rank, remember, check your ranks. Make sure you don't miss rank by midnight Sunday night. And then once you solidify your position and your residual check, you want to look down through your organization, make sure you can help somebody else. Have a phenomenal day, guys. God bless. And we'll see you on the beaches of the world. Turn it back over to you.
Just right here, real fast, 15 pips, because there's two variables in the trade. How far the trade go, how much you wager. If we have 15 pips a day and we wager $70 a pip, because we know we can get to 15, that's $1,000 a day trading. Times that by 4 days a week, we always miss non-farm payroll. Every weekend we have off, that's $4,000 a week. Times that by a month, that's $16,000 a month. Times that by a year. So right now, what you told us is that you're already doing a $200,000 a year business already. We don't got to go to 20 pips. We just got to go higher than $1 a pip. So you're already there. We just got to then apply everything else that goes with it. All right.
Sounds
Really,
good.
Awesome.
really quick. I'm so sorry. Can you repeat that time for the call today, Ms. Rambis?
12, 5, and 9.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Eastern.
Those are Eastern times. So it'll be 11, 4, and 8 your time, Nola.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Awesome. So with that being said, I just wanted to show that to you, Jess. That's how I see trading. Is just two variables, both we can manipulate. How far you go, how much you wager. The only really thing left is consistency, which I hear you're already doing at where you are. So what you're doing is already enough as we grow to the rest of it. For my partner, Mr. Tito Avila, Mr. Ramos, and myself, we wish you a great day, and we'll see you for our topics next week, this time. Same bat channel, same bat day. Be well.